Fungal spores cast a shadow over my childhood and almost killed me. One day in 1967, my 5-year-old body began to run out of oxygen as my lungs shut down with inflammation, turning my skin blue before the ambulance arrived. I was born in the Thames Valley of southern England, which is a lovely place unless you're an asthmatic. Tree pollen and fungal spores fill the Oxfordshire air in summer and turn paradise into hell. There had been a thunderstorm that afternoon, which whipped clouds of these noxious particles into the sky. They filtered into my chest with each breath, causing my little airways to narrow and flood with mucus. A severe asthma attack feels like death. The nurses put me in an oxygen tent and gave me big orange tablets that were difficult to swallow. But after a day or two, these antibiotics, combined with the steroidal medicine, reopened my lungs. More than 50 years later, I can still see myself struggling to breathe under that clear plastic canopy, and I wonder how much this trauma led to my career as a mycologist, an immersion in research on the spores of the fungi that put me there. The fact that a boy plagued by spores became a scientist who has spent his adult life studying fungi, teaching students about their biology, and serving as an expert witness in lawsuits related to mold exposure is one of those serendipitous outcomes that defines so many lives. The connections between my childhood and my profession did not occur to me until my brief experience as the patient of a therapist. He was a gentle, bearded man who asked insightful questions as he sought to help me understand why I was wrestling with thanatophobia, or death anxiety, which was distracting me from enjoying not being dead. Early in our conversations, I told him that I was an expert on fungi, a mycologist, then explained a little about what a fungus is and what a fungus does. We talked about many other things, my health, marriage, and the challenges of parenting teenagers, before he circled back one day and asked, "Have you ever wondered why you're obsessed with death and with the microbes that you have described as the great decomposers?" We both laughed. It seems plausible that my asthma attacks were the foundation of it all. Thanatophobia, and what some would view as a morbid fascination with fungi that may have developed as a subliminal attempt at therapy, like the hypochondriac who becomes a doctor. On the other hand, maybe I just like mushrooms. What intrigues me now, and is the subject of this book, is the science of the human-fungus symbiosis, both the intimate and the extended relationship between fungi and our species. This relationship runs all the way from yeasts that grow on the skin and inside the gut to our uses of fungi as food and sources of medicines, and, ultimately, to the mushroom colonies in soil that make life on land possible.